I think I'm genuinely a curious guy. Growing up, I was very curious about things, curious about the world, and I had a lot of admiration for people that did something really well. And I feel like I played sports growing up. I wasn't the best, but I always tried really hard, and I just didn't feel like it was like I had that connection, right? Um, and I always listened to music. And growing up, I was everyone says their parents um, brought them up in a musical household. My family wasn't that musical, but I did listen to a lot of R&B, and so I just loved R&B music, and I always admired the guys that were killing it in R&B. One, because they were super dope, but two, because a lot of them were black and a lot of them were successful. And I feel like growing up, you didn't really see that. And I lived in a neighborhood that was it was affluent, but it was very it was a majority white, and I didn't really see a lot of people that were successful that were like me, you know what I'm saying? So I did look up to guys like Chris Brown, Trey Songz, and people in the industry that were doing crazy things, that were kind of the figures and the icons, and some people was athletes. So my friends, it was athletes. For me, it was R&B singers and musicians, and I really felt like I could relate to them. You know what I'm saying? One, I love women. You know what I'm saying? And they were always singing about women. They always got women, and I was like, wow, they have total confidence. And I didn't have the greatest confidence growing up. I was kind of like a shy kid. So seeing them having confidence and really singing and it really gave me the confidence to be like, wow, I feel like I want to try and do this. And that's when I fell in love with songwriting. I started writing songs as a kid, and I wasn't that great. I had to work for it, but years and years and years of practice and stuff like that, I finally got to where I felt like, okay, we can start going to the studio and making music. So I linked up with my friends that made music in the city. We kind of grouped together and, helped each other out, like producers and engineers and stuff like that. So it was really just looking up to people that, like people that were like me, and really trying to strive to be somebody that had confidence. And music was just really the centerpiece and the driving force to help me, become the person that I wanted to be. I think it's the mixture of everything. I really think, obviously technology is at a place where everyone can make music from their basement. But at the end of the day, you can make music, but there's a certain quality of R&B, and there's a certain aesthetic that no matter what time period we're in, the certain standard always has to be met. Whether I feel like we're in a time span where the last like 10 years, we don't have the greatest singers that are popping in R&B, but at the end of the day, they bring a soul and they bring a liveliness to the music that is still reminiscent of, our favorite R&B musicians from like, I don't know, from like Babyface, to Michael Jackson, to all those guys. And I feel like there's just like a certain swag and there's a certain level of confidence that you hear on a track that you're like, okay, this guy is special. And I feel like with R&B, that is what if you can harness that, that is what will make your music different. And I feel like not everyone can attain that, but once you get that sauce, like there's dudes where it's like they just have an amazing tone. They may not be the greatest singers, but they have amazing tone and they got sauce. And their music and their lyrics are solid. They're dope lyrics, and they can put all that together and make amazing music, like music that you can feel and music that touches people. And I feel like for me, it wasn't until I actually started writing with other people that I was like, okay, well, I'm going to incorporate what they're doing and really ask them questions. I had a mentor that really taught me a lot of things growing up about music and how to write. And he told me that, you're not essentially writing music for yourself. They're experiences, but there's gonna be times where you don't have these certain experiences. So you need to be able to kind of look from a different perspective. And, songwriting is not always about your like first person experience. So I just think that really it's really about, one, your passion that you have in the music, and the sauce that you have. Swag is everything, and confidence. And then like your tone and the way that you approach a track. And I feel like that's hard work, but anyone can attain it. It's just like the sauce, I don't think anyone can attain. I just think either you have it or you don't on the track in certain aspects.